Hello, welcome to Take Two Tuesday. Here we are. We are 10:02. 2 minutes late. Sorry about that. All of a sudden, things went kind of crazy at the last minute or two there. So I thought I was going to be right on time, but nope, it didn't happen. But anyway, I want to welcome all of you. Thank you for joining me today. My name's Ken. I'm here at the Stamps of Life in Southern California. And we do this episode once a week called Take Two Tuesday. We gather together and we look at some items here at the Stamps of Life. Stamps, dies, sometimes we'll mix in something a little bit different, but we just go back in time because most of these items are a few years from the past, and we kind of do a review. Let's take a second look at something from the past that a lot of you have, and some of you might want to get. So these items are on the website. I'll only show you items that we do have. So you can get them on the Stamps of Life website, but if you already have them, this is a refresher course for you, reminding you, hey, you want to use these items that you have already. Now, today's going to be a little bit shorter episode because Stephanie is scheduled to go on HSN in 1 hour. So if you're on the West Coast, that's 11 o'clock. If you're on the East Coast, that's 2. So right around then, I'm going to cut off. I have the monitor going here. So if she comes on first, right at 11, which I think that's going to be it, I'm going to have to end. So I'm going to do the best I can. I might have to mix up some things. We had a game plan, but I'm going to save that for last. If we have time, like if Stephanie doesn't go on till the middle or later, we'll play the game. It's a crossword puzzle just for fun and make us think a little bit. But if she pops on there, I'm going to have to end. So make sure if you're watching me that if you have another monitor or another, if you have a iPad or a phone or some way you can get onto the HSN, you can watch too and watch when she comes on. So when she jumps on there and starts showing the new items, you guys can all leave. I'll be fine. It won't hurt my feelings. You'll have way more fun with Stephanie and seeing the new items that are on HSN. It'll be a fun presentation. Let's see who is here. I see we've got some regulars. Vera is here. Hi. And I'm going to say hi, everybody. Shelby, Karen, Janet, Melissa, Dawn, Renee, Kimberly, Grandelia, welcome Thomas, Ramsey, it says. Awesome. Welcome all of you. See a couple new names there. And then if you're on Instagram, welcome to all of you too. I can't see the Instagram feed right here. Someday I'll set that up, but I want to welcome all of you as well. We are going to look at a couple of die sets today and some stamps. We do have some fun facts, and we'll do that game. For our good news section, we'll be looking at Proverbs chapter 31, which kind of speaks about this godly woman from this perspective of God as he's commending her through his word. For it's not like an ideal woman or perfect woman, but it's a woman who loves the Lord. So hopefully that describes a lot of you who are out there. And even if you're one of the guys, we can learn a lot from this woman's attributes, her characteristics that might speak to us, showing us some things that maybe we're good at already or some things we can work on too. So that's Proverbs 31. It's a great chapter. We'll touch on that. The verse we're getting is towards the end. But if you want to read ahead, read Proverbs 31. That's going to wrap up our look at Proverbs. We'll start bouncing around, and I'll find some Bible verses here or there for us to use for our good news segment each week for the upcoming weeks, maybe through the end of the year. Let's see what else. If you are so you see the link down there on the bottom. So Stephanie is on the HSN web. The new items are on the website. Let me see if I have my little my lower thirds here. If I got them right this time. No, not there. They should be in this section. Hang on. HSN. So today, I told you already that Stephanie is on at 11 Pacific, 2 p.m. I'm messing up. 11 Pacific, 2 p.m. That should say Eastern. I got too many P's in there. Let's see. What else? Our website. Oh, no. Store day. Coming up with Stephanie. That will be Saturday, October 18th. Save the date. Right here in Laguna Hills, California. If you haven't been to our warehouse, our little store here, make sure you put that on your schedule. Come by and see us. We'd love to have you. Oh, icebreaker question, just for fun. Now you have to help me out because we have to make this interesting. So you guys have to jump in the chat, and I love to see your comments. Please do. So make sure you answer there. And so I'm not bored and I'm just here by myself. The question is, if you could live in any historical period, which would it be? Now you can give it a thought. Think for a minute. Any historical period, which would it be? Now I started thinking about old things, really old, right off the bat. But I go, oh my gosh, life was so much different then. There was no internet, which this could be good or bad, but there were like no bathrooms. Like you all had to share a bedroom together. So think it through before you pick the time that you want to go back to. But any period of history, what time frame of history or event would you like to go back to if you could go back in time? I guess biblical times kind of would be good, cool to me, like to walk around with Jesus. That would be really awesome. I think that would be a good one. But you tell me what yours is. Like, I think the American Revolution time would be cool. Like I'm interested in war things. Not that war is good, but just in that kind of history. So maybe some things about a war period, or maybe discoveries, maybe going to the moon, like space exploration. It could be any time period you want. Add that in the chat. That's just for fun, okay? To get everybody involved. If you're watching this at a later time, you can add your comments in the comment section down below. And again, my name's Ken at the Stamps of Life. Let me see if I can find my name here. What else am I gonna? I told you that. I told you that. Oh, I didn't bring it, but the new card kit is out. The new card kit is out. It's called Sending Hugs. Do I have a picture of it? I think I do. It is shipping. And if you want to get it, you can join the Stamps of Life Card Kit Club. This is what it looks like. Right there. It has an awesome die set that you get, a A1. I can't read it. It's too small. But you get a card base die set there. You get cardstock, paper pads, all these fun embellishments. It coordinates with the Die Hard Club and the Stamp Club. So if you are already in the Card Kit Club, this was shipped to you last Friday. Should be arriving soon, okay? Watch for that. If you want to join this club, you just go to the Stamps of Life website. And I can even show you that real quick. You go to the website. Oh, no, that's not the website. Let me get rid of that picture. That's not the way. There it is. And you go up to, no, we don't want that one. We don't want that one. Here we go. So if you're on the website, you go up to the top and click join the club right there. And it will have information about the card kit, which is over there on the right. But if you want to know about any of our clubs, all of them are listed there. And the Stamp Club, why is that like that? The Stamp Club starts at, let me see if I can straighten that out. Starts at $13.99. So you can be a club member for $13.99. And that gets you club discount, club points. You get a couple freebies when you join the club. What else? You get an anniversary gift certificate if you're in the club for a year. So that's a great way to get you started. A lot of these coordinate. Again, the Stamp Club, Die Club, they coordinate with the Card Kit Club. The Folded Club is kind of on its own. But all the information about the clubs are on there. We'd love to have you join the club. The clubs have been growing lately, and so that's exciting. And we hope you might want to jump in. You'll have a lot of fun. 3-month commitment. We don't ask you to sign away the rest of your life, but that'll give you a good test of if you love it, we hope. And if it's not your favorite, you can always opt out after 3 months. So that is on the website. And again, we would love to have you become a club member. And again, this kit has been really popular. I took a ton of them to the post office yesterday to ship out. What else? Oh, and I just showed you the Apple Bushel Club there. Last call on that one, okay? If you haven't got it yet, and I think I have a picture here. This is the Folded Club. The Apple Bushel coming up this weekend. We'll start a new Folded Club. But if you want to get this one, it's on the website right now. You can sign up and get it, okay? So that is available if you want. Last call, just a few days left to get that one. When you join that club, you also get a really nice die set free as a welcome to the club gift. Let's see if we got any answers here. Any times that everybody said here. Grandelli says Stephanie did awesome yesterday. Ann says hello from Florida. Let's see. Thomas is a big fan of crafting. Good. Sherry says hello from a cruise in Greenland. Wow. Is it warm or cold there? Let's see. Dawn says she would go for the 1800s. Linda says she would like the roaring 20s. The 60s, says Jelaine. Time of peace and love. 80s, no cell phone photos. Yeah, different times, huh? Vera says biblical times. Yep. Diane says good afternoon. Sherry says 60s. Brenda said, no microwave. Yes, that would be it. There's just all kinds of challenges in life that we're used to that we don't have to deal with. But if we went back in time, whew. Janet says she got her card kit yesterday. Great. Okay, let's get moving. I think I gave you all of that stuff there that we need to know. Again, my name's Ken. Let me look at my cheat sheet here to make sure I haven't missed anything. Told you about HSN. I told you about the new card kit. Last call for that store day. Oh, last thing on our website. I don't know if you saw. Let me switch back over there. We added a bunch of embellishments to the website. So if you see any of those that you would like to get there on the website, some of these you can only get if you are a Gold Club member. But I know this one is available to everybody. The Happy Fall Days pumpkin. This has been popular. We've sold a lot of those. The Country Sunflower dots and the Country Sunflower beads. Those are all new additions to the website. Okay. And then there are some of these items that are only for Card Kit Club members. All right, that is it. Let's get rolling here. Again, I'm going to speed things up a little bit today just because we're on a little bit more of a time constraint. So don't think I don't want to hang out with you, but I was told make sure the show ends when Stephanie goes on. So I'm going to make sure that I do that. All right, our first item up is called Tom Turkey to Stamp. This came out, let me find our little information cube there, from October of 2021. This was originally released. Of course, it's kind of Thanksgiving themed, but you can make a turkey any time of the year that you want. It's up to you, okay? But this is kind of Thanksgiving themed. You get the stamps and the coordinating dies also. You can get them together or you can order them separate. It's up to you. This was not a club shipment. This was like an add-on collection, okay? An add-on for October of 2021. And let me show you on the website what we have. And there we are. The stamps you get. What do you get? 9 stamps. The large stamp, the turkey right there, is about a little less than 4 inches by 3.5 inches. 9 stamp sets. Our stamps are made in the USA. You're going to get nice, high quality impressions. Now, I did work with this turkey a little bit yesterday, and I had to pay a little extra attention because it has a lot of lines. And every once in a while, I would miss a line. And when I went to stamp it, sure enough, that little line would be missing. Why? Because I didn't put the ink on it. So you want to really make sure you get ink on all the lines because you'll get little areas where the lines are just missing. And that is just the stamp is great, but it is just a kind of user error. My user error. I was the user making the error. Then we have the die set. So if you scroll down, you'll see the dies down below. There's a video. There's the dies. This die set has 2 dies in it. And let's see what else. Oh, wait, let's look at the card samples. So if you just hit this arrow, and let's go ahead and enlarge this. You can see some of the great examples from our design team. And you can paper piece this one, and you can just stamp and do a lot of coloring. You have the option, okay? Either way, it works. All nice. Gobble till you wobble, it says. So thankful for you. And I have some of these cards right here in studio. That's with the fancy pumpkin behind it. Fancy Stamps Life Fancy Pumpkin. That's a nice one. Good combo. And there's the stamps again. Okay, let me go ahead and I will show you the samples that I do have with me. Let's jump over to our little station there with our samples. We'll do that. Do I have all my lights on? I do. Okay, here we go. To number 2. Great. Here we are. So you can see a little more depth and a little more interest. Our designer has elevated, added a lot of dimension to a lot of this card, so you can really see, maybe I can show you the side. You see how there's that little extra thickness in there? Using some adhesive foam. That's a great way to add some dimension to your card. That's a beautiful one. Happy fall, it says. Let's see. So thankful for you is our next card. And I believe that's an A2 card, but is it elegant maybe? Elegant maybe? Hi, Cece and Aurelia. Karen M, I said hi earlier. Shelly's here. This is on a 5x7. So thankful for you. So again, we were kind of thinking Thanksgiving, but if it's fall season and you just want to tell somebody that you appreciate them, that works. That definitely works. Here's that gobble till you wobble card back on an A2 size card. And then we have that cool one. This one, I really like this pumpkin a lot. Again, fancy frame pumpkin. This is on the Stamps of Life website. If you like that pumpkin, they've just layered the turkey on top of it, added a couple little extra pumpkins. Or to say, let's talk turkey. So if you're just trying to say hi and check in with somebody. And let's give thanks. That's a great reminder. Let's give thanks. We've got the pumpkin behind there. And last, this one kind of got munched up a little bit. Let me see if I can fix it real quick before I show it. It's working. Here's kind of like this is not scrapbook page size, but to give you an example, you could make a little layout or you could do something fun like that. This is not a card size, but maybe you have a photo album. Looks like your photo would go right in there, and that would look nice as well. So with lots of fun ideas with this one. Let's check out before we go on and we die cut and stamp with this, let's go ahead and get we want to have some fun and learn something today. So we are going to do some fun facts for turkeys. Turkeys. I guess you don't want to be a turkey because one, like turkey means like somebody calls you a turkey, I guess that means you're kind of weird, right? And turkeys, you don't want to be around at Thanksgiving time because, well, you know what happens to turkeys at Thanksgiving time. So don't be a turkey, but let's at least learn some fun facts about our turkeys. And I'm going to find that for us here. Let's see. That's our game. There they are. Okay, got it. Let's switch over to that again. Back to our computer. All right, 10 fun facts. Nope, not that one, Ken. Sorry. 10 fun facts about the wild turkey. So there are differences between wild turkey and the kind of turkeys that they grow just for to be served at Thanksgiving time, where they get done in and then they freeze them and they throw them in the freezer at your local grocery store. I guess you don't really want to be that turkey, but maybe being a wild turkey would be better. But I did see that the turkeys that they just jam them, make them get really fat, the ones that they sell in the markets fast, like they only get to live a few months. But here it goes. The wild turkey might be the most recognizable bird in North America. Of course, a big reason for that is due to its strong association with Thanksgiving. Yes, right. So the turkeys get really large. So here we go. Here's our fun facts. Number 1, turkeys are believed to be named after the country. So you've heard of the country Turkey. Where is that? It's kind of in the Middle East, right, where Europe and Asia and then the Middle East part of the world, they all kind of come together. And there's a country called Turkey. Native to Turkey, it says. And there are only, number 2, there are only 2 species of wild turkey. Interesting. Ours here in North America and the ocellated turkey in Central America. So some animals, there's tons of different types of species, like, of course, a dog or a cat. But like it could be a monkey or a deer. There's all kinds of different bears. There's several varieties, but this guy only has 2 different. Male turkeys can weigh up to 25 pounds, while the average female is about half the weight. Despite being so big, their reputation for being ground dwellers, wild turkeys often roost overnight in trees to avoid predators. So now if you see them in the wild, you might see a turkey up in the tree. If you go to like a zoo or a petting place or a farm, they're always wandering around on the ground. While they might not look like the fastest birds, wild turkeys are surprisingly confident flyers. Check out that guy. Capable of hitting, 60 miles per hour. They are more agile than they appear. Whew. Turkeys have excellent eyesight, seeing 3 times more clearly than 20/20 vision. Wow. So now if 20/20 is perfect, does anybody have a guess what 3 times better is? Does that mean you're like, I don't know. How would you figure that out? 3 times better? Is that like 60/60? Does anybody know how that works? Eyesight. If you're 3 times better than 20/20, I guess 20/20 for a human is like ideal. What would you be if you were 3 times that? If you know, let me know, because I don't. Maybe I could Google that and get the answer. They can also see in color and have a 270-degree field of vision. Interesting. So I think humans, probably we can only see like 180, maybe, or a little bit less. But turkey, that means he can see a little bit behind his head. Ooh. That gives them an edge on predators and hunters. Did you know you can discern a turkey whether he's, well, however he goes to the bathroom, you know if it's a boy or a girl. We won't go into that one too much. Some facts you just don't want to know. Wild turkey populations plummeted in the 19th century due to overhunting and loss of habitat. They almost completely disappeared from New England. Well, if you don't hide out on Thanksgiving and you're a turkey, you're going to be a turkey. You're in trouble, right? You're going to be in trouble. They got to know their calendar or lights out. Let's see, along with their wattles and snoods. The snood is that little dangly thing, I guess, under his beak. The bundle of feathers, sprouting from the chest is known as a turkey beard. Is that the turkey beard, that one feather right there? Huh. And it gets longer as the bird ages. Well, males have birds, some females also grow them. Number 9, to debunk a popular turkey tale. Now, I don't know if I've ever heard of this. Benjamin Franklin did not advocate for the turkey as the national bird. He also didn't besmirch the bald eagle either. In fact, I never even heard of any of this. Have any of you? In fact, the letter to his daughter that is often cited as the source of both of these facts was actually satire. So if you ever heard that Benjamin Franklin wanted the turkey to be the national bird, nope. And he wasn't against bald eagles, nope. Well, number 10, the first official presidential turkey pardon was given by George H. So that's the first H.W. Bush, 1989. But reports credit many presidents with the tradition, including Abraham Lincoln, whose son took a liking to the turkey destined for Christmas dinner, and Harry Truman, who was the first to appear in a photo with a turkey. Okay, so I think even though it was official with George H.W. Bush, I think there were presidents who did it before. So we don't care if it's official or they just did it. Whoops. All we care is turkeys have been getting pardoned for a lot. Good for those turkeys who escaped. Don't they like send them off to a farm or something and they get to like live out their life? So good for them. Don, why do you not eat turkeys? Isn't that like un-American? Just teasing. Turkey is not my favorite, I have to say, but every once in a while I'll have a turkey sandwich, and then a big turkey to cook at Thanksgiving, fine. But the rest of the time, I don't eat that much turkey. My question for you guys. If you are having a turkey dinner, and it can be Thanksgiving or not, what is your favorite side dish if you were eating turkey? Now, you could have a turkey like a open turkey sandwich with gravy on top, or you can have turkey just like it is at Thanksgiving time. You can have a turkey sandwich. What would be your favorite side dish to go with turkey? You can have a cold turkey sandwich, a hot turkey sandwich. You could have, I don't know, do they make turkey soup? I've heard of turkey chili. There's turkey bacon. So if you were adding a side dish to your turkey, what would you choose? Thinking of Thanksgiving stuff, if I make the gravy right, I like the gravy best. I'm not much of a mashed potato person, but I also remember like being a kid having a hot turkey sandwich with French fries on the side. That's weird, but it tasted good. Okay, so let me know what you would have with your turkey. What is your favorite? Let's see. Oh, Dawn says she's native Jamaican. Well, I guess they don't have turkeys probably in Jamaica, right? That makes sense, Dawn. Good. But you're in America now, Dawn, so you have to try a turkey. Have you ever tried it? Okay. Let's see. Our guesses are, Aurelia says mashed potatoes with brown gravy. Yep, brown gravy. Stuffing, says Kimberly. Ooh, Shelby makes her own homemade cranberry sauce. Nice. Renee says green beans. Yep. Sage dressing. I like any vegetables really with turkey. Shelly says her brothers and dad love to hunt turkeys. My mom was unable to make a big meal of turkey. She always made homemade chicken noodle soup and chili. Yum. Turkey pot pie. That's a good one, Kimberly. I didn't think about that one. Unfortunately, that one doesn't sound that good to me because I think when I was a kid, my dad, do you guys remember the little pot pies that they used to make that were frozen? Like in the days when the frozen stuff wasn't as good, like it was Hungry Jack or something. I think I might have got sick with one of those or something. And so I guess if it's a really good fresh one, I could eat it, but frozen ones, no. Karen says cheesy potatoes. Good, Shelly. Green beans. And Dawn, she says jerk chicken. Ooh, awesome. Thanks, everybody, for jumping in there. So that is our fun facts for turkeys. Let's go ahead and check out this turkey over here. Oh, I keep messing up the cameras today. I apologize. Let's switch. We don't want that one. We want that one. There we go. Whoosh. Why does it look so dark over there today? This one's good, but the other camera looks dark. Every day there's something a little bit different. I bet I could brighten that camera up a little bit. Let's see if I can do that real quick. Hang on. I'll be right with you. If I can do that again. Let's see. Auto. No, I'm not going to waste our time because we are on a time constraint today. Okay, let's go ahead. And what are we going to do first? Well, I have the die machine there, and let's go ahead and just die cut. And I will show you what you could do with this. If you wanted to paper piece, you can. You can cut out the shadow. We can do that. So let's cut out a shadow there. We'll try to run these through at the same time. I don't know if this will work, but let's give it a try. We're going to try to run 2 sheets through here at once. Sometimes this works, sometimes it doesn't. But let's give it a try today. See what happens. I'm going to go ahead and trim this one sheet down here because that's going to get in the way. We don't need that extra stuff. So this is Tom Turkey. Stamps and dies. We're working with the dies right now. Again, if you're just joining us, don't worry. This is going to get recorded. I will add, you'll be able to go back and watch it. Okay, you'll be able to watch it again. But right now we're die cutting, so I'm going to set that to that direction, and we're going to try to cut 2 sheets here and see what happens. This might not work, but I'm going to give it a try. I'm going to give it a try. Maybe if I do the plates the right way. Got to do that, or none of this is going to work. You've got to have a plate underneath, then your cardstock, then your die, and then a plate on top. So now I think I've got it. All right, let's run this through our die cut machine here. And let's go ahead and see. Yep, that gets a little bit tighter there. I don't know if it's going to cut all the way through, but let's see what happens. That way we can get 2 different colors at once. Okay, so let's see what we got here. Ooh, one turkey came out. There's a gray turkey. It even looks cool on that, right? Smashed onto that color. Oh, they both worked. So sometimes if your cardstock is not too thick, and if your die is not too intricate, these dies can cut out more than one sheet of cardstock at a time. Not always. You can see his feet are still sticking a little bit down there, but I'm going to be careful and see if I can get this guy to pop off. That might not work. Let's go ahead and just peel that off of there. It's close, but I probably should have ran it through twice. I didn't think about that. I didn't think about it. All right. Good enough. Good enough. All right. So there we have a version. Oh, look, because he got some gray in there. He's kind of got some different colors on him already. But if you like the gray, you can go with that. These little pieces pop out, and you can add some extra coloring in there behind him if you want to do black for the hat. And so you can do different colors. You can layer these. You can trim this down and layer with it as well. It's going to take some extra work because I actually did it a little bit yesterday. And don't make fun of my colors or anything that I chose, but I was just doing random colors that I had here. So here's the background. So if you like the white background, great. You could do that for the outline of the turkey if you wanted. Or this is without the shadow. So this is with shadow or without. And you can kind of piece them together. So say I started out with a turkey like this, but I want his body to be a little bit different. Now you can choose different colors than me. By paper piecing, you could just that quickly add a different color there. And then you can also add layers here, and you could change the colors of his feather also. So you can kind of go solid. Now, if you're going to ink or color, you're going to want to go white, because obviously you're not going to be able to color on this or add ink. It won't look right. But you can paper piece, get a nice looking guy. Let me show you my samples again. This one is an example of one that is all ink. So our designer has colored all of this. They started out, I'm sure, with white. And then this one is an example of a paper piece one, where you can see the designer has taken the layers of cardstock and added it to that. So that's nice. You have two different options with our die sets, okay? Two different ways you can go. So we did the white. If you want to go, I had a gray yesterday that I cut. You can also go that direction. If you like this on top of that. And then paper piece, you can do all kinds of fun stuff with this. Layer it. Obviously, you want to go kind of traditional colors. But again, I was just using some of the cardstock that I had on hand just to practice and kind of toy around. But you can paper piece with that guy. Let's go ahead and stamp it too, and I will show you. Hopefully, I'll get a nice image out of the first stamp. But again, yesterday when I was stamping, there were some times. Oh, here's an example. Look, his little head too. I took his head off. Poor guy. Let's get this out of the machine out of the way. And we'll set that down on the floor. Oops, stuff's going to crash. Don't drop that, Ken. Okay. So let's go ahead and get our... Now, one of the things I did yesterday, which I'm not going to do today, is I was using a block that just barely had enough room for the turkey. Let me show you. Barely had enough room for the turkey. Let me show you. Now, so I don't recommend doing this, okay? This is not the way you want to do it. But I was kind of being lazy, and it was so close. This turkey, if you do it at an angle and you pay attention, he just, so close. You see how that is just right on the edge? I kind of could get it to work, but I don't recommend doing that, okay? It's nice when the block is pretty close to the size of your stamp, but you don't want it to be right on the edge like that. You're going to have some problems. So today, since I'm stamping right in front of you guys and I don't want to goof up or show you how bad a stamper I am, I'm going to use the larger block. See, there's all this kind of space, okay? And when you go ahead and you ink, you're going to want to make sure, see all those lines? We got to get ink on all of those lines. And then we're going to press down into our cardstock. If you're new to stamping, you want to get lots of ink on there. You don't want it to get messy. And then I always practice a few times working with the stamp, because you want to get good impressions. If you do it enough times, you'll figure it out. Most stamps, smaller ones without as many lines, are super easy to stamp. But this guy we want to be a little more patient with and work with a little bit longer. So we're going to do that. So here I have my ink pad, and hopefully you can see I am just going to kind of tap that. You see I have to... Stamp is much larger than the pad, so I'm going to have to kind of rotate that around and get all these lines filled in. And before I stamp, I'm going to go ahead and take a look at these lines and make sure that I did fill them all in. It doesn't take a crazy amount of ink. The important thing is just filling in the lines. And if you're going to color over a lot of this and fill in a lot of it. So the interest will get drawn more towards the colors that you use for your turkey. So there it is. I see I've got some extra ink on here, so I want to get rid of that. I tipped the block into the ink a little bit. It looks like everything is, I see a couple spots in there, maybe in the middle, that I want to get a little more ink on. So I'm going to try that. And then we're going to, I'll see if I can zoom in here. We're going to go ahead and get a little bit closer. And we're going to stamp right there. Now I'm checking one more time. It looks like it will be pretty good to me. We're just going to lay that down. And we want to press on all sides, okay? There are a lot of lines. If you add the pressure, there's a good chance these lines are going to fill in and show up nice. If you don't press down on all around the stamp, you're definitely going to get some gaps. The secret weapon, this cushy material, really, really helps. Okay, there you go. Perfect on our first one. Look at that. All the lines came out really nice and sharp. It looks good to me. So much better than the ones that I did yesterday. Again, using that larger block, I think really helped because it was good size, but I didn't have any stamp right on the edge. I think that was a problem. And then yesterday I missed a couple times in the center there. I didn't get enough ink on it. But today, that one came out really good. So that's what you'll get when you stamp. Again, our images come out really nice. Our stamps are high quality. They're made with photopolymer right here in the United States, and you're just going to really love them. This is turkey to stamp. I showed you the dies. I showed you the stamp here. A lot of my cards, our designers just stamped. Let me show you those, a couple of them. There's that one. This one might be layered. I'm not sure. Let's see. This is ink. And let me find one more. And another example of inked or colored turkey. So that's turkey to stamp. Tom Turkey to Stamp. I keep wanting to say turkey to stamp because you know what? We do have another collection called Turkey to Stamp. But this is Tom Turkey. Let me zoom back out. Ooh, that's zooming in. Well, it's all black. I'm still here, just so you know. There we go. I was zooming in, and all we got was that secret weapon. It looked like we lost our camera connection, but no. I'm going to go ahead and grab our machine for our next item coming up. Let's do that. This next one, we will not be doing any stamping. We will just be doing die cutting. So let's do that next. All right. Let's see how everybody's doing there on the chat. Again, if you are jumping in, if you're just joining us late, I'll even put the little banner down there. Don't worry, because this is being recorded, okay, you guys? It's being recorded. And you can go back and watch. If you missed anything and you want to catch back up, you can do that. Go back and catch up. All right, next. Let's get rid of that image there. And so yeah, this is taped, record. You can go back and watch from the beginning. In the notes down below in the description of the video, I'll put links to all these items, okay? You'll be able to find them on the website with our link. Or if you just go onto the Stamps of Life website, you can search turkey, and all its Thanksgiving turkey items will come up. So Cynthia's here. She says she joined late. Barbara says, good job, Ken. Thank you. Shelly says, beautiful. And back to our, Sherry gave us one vote, last vote for turkey with sausage and looks like onions. Yum, that sounds good. Okay, we did that one. Next up, and we are trying to speed along. I have my HSN monitor going over here. I still see it's Anna Griffin time, so no Stephanie yet, but it is 10:40. We got about 20 minutes left. 20 minutes. Ken is going to have to get things moving here. Next up, we have a Flip It card. A Flip It card. This is called Fancy Edge Square Flip It card from August of 2022. So about 3 years ago, we came out with this one. There are a couple different versions of the Fancy Edge. This is the square in the center. Okay, square in the center. And it's fun. It's a easy to use die set. Let me show you my card samples first. Here we go. Let's switch over there. And if this is almost good enough, let's move that there. So big hugs, it says. What's nice is it looks like a lot's going on there, all right? But you're going to have 3 dies that will cut out the panels and the base of the card, this big base here. So 3 dies do almost all the work. I did notice that this die set does not include a square. So to fill in the center, it's going to create the square here in the middle just by the base of the card. But if you want to decorate, add layers, you're going to use squares that you already have and any words that you want to add. So it says big hugs there in the middle. And how many dies does this have too? I didn't even see that. Let me look real quick. Comes with 7 dies. 7 dies. But again, remember, 3 of the dies do all of the work. Here's another example. Big hugs. And it's fun. The recipients get to open it. You can add a little sentiment there. You can sign, thank you for being the reason I smile, it says. Here's a baby themed card. And again, with some sentiment. Whoops, that one's sticking a little there. So it comes in the card, looks like that. A2, they get to open it up and boom, wow. Really nice, really nice. Using pattern paper to fill in those panels. Whoop, upside down. Let's flip that over and you can just decorate your little square area. Nice. These are easy to use. That's my sample. So that's it for my samples. Did that get tweaked a little bit? Great. So let me show you on the website real quick what we have. And we'll find that again. So you're just going to type in Fancy Edge and it will find this for us. There it is on the website. And I will show you how to die cut this real quick. A2 Fancy Edge Square Flip It die set. More card samples here. Might be all the ones we've seen. No, we got some different ones here. So this is fun. The different ways that you can use this. Oh, why is that one so small? I don't know. Video, card ideas. That's all on the website, okay? And there are some sentiments you can add, some coordinating products below. So that's good on the website. Then let's go ahead and die cut. Let's go ahead and we're just not going to mess around. We are just moving along. Fancy Edge Square Flip It. I will show you how easy it is to do. I think I'll use white for the base and then I will cut out a couple of patterns. Again, just 3 dies. You're going to see 3 dies do like all of the work. Don't forget these big dies, sometimes they're really taped down and so they get stuck. I figured out this trick. So you see it's not coming out. So what I've done, just by luck, I discovered this. I have a thin ruler. I'm just going to kind of break open the tape that's under there and ta-da, it comes out that easy. So if you have a thin ruler like this, you don't want to tear up all your packaging, this kind of is handy. It works out for me. Might be something that helps you out. Let's see. Yes. Oh, thanks, Barbara. If you like this, please do hit the like button, share buttons, any of that good stuff. It helps us get discovered here on YouTube or Facebook, wherever you're watching. Instagram. We appreciate it so much. Nope, not that one. Not that one. Back to our machine. All right, great. There we are. So there's the large die I was telling you about. And then we have these 2 that will fill in the panel. So we'll put those off to the side. And so you can really see how this stands out. I have a pattern paper pad here, which I don't know what it's called, but there will be a good variety of different types of colors for us. A birthday cat, I think this is. Birthday cat. And we'll be able to use this. We'll add that to the front of our card. And we're going to use white for the base. White for the base. I have lots of white card stock here, so why not use it up? Let's do that. Okay. Now this is a larger die, and you know how we talk about speed bumps some of the time. Let me give us a little more space again. Speed bump means, think of like you're in a parking lot and you're going to drive your car over a speed bump. You know how if you go at just a little bit of an angle, the bump's not so crazy? Well, that's the same idea. If you go over the speed bump really fast, what's going to happen? Crash, boom. Sometimes your car kind of jumps. Well, that's the same idea with these dies. If you do it at just a little bit of an angle, pretend this is the speed bump. You're going through here. A little bit of an angle is going to kind of even out. It's not going to make the die jump around so much. So this is good. It gives you better cuts. You have to do it every time? No. But larger dies like this, it kind of works better. You can go straight through the other way if you want. It's up to you. But this is what I recommend. I'll run that through there. And there is our die. And let's see. We usually go this direction. Let me make sure I have this right. So we're going to fold this one down, and Stephanie has a more interesting formula for this, but I just kind of fold them both ways, and check that out there. And that's going to go in and back. Great. So there we have our flip it card. It works just like that. It die cut it for us, and it created the score lines. So the die does all the work for you. You have your base all ready to go. Now we're just going to fill in those panels. Okay, let's do that next. Oh, I'm going to get this set up, get this out of the way, and I'm going to pick out a couple of patterns here. Let's go ahead and do the dots, and let's find something else that will be interesting. Let's say this is a birthday card, so let's go for the birthday hats. There we go. There's our two options. And we're going to put one die on each one of these cardstock colors. Let's see, what do we want? Which way do we want it to go? Let's do the smaller section. We'll use this that way. And then our birthday, we want to line up a little bit better because there are some patterns and images on there. We don't want to lose those. So the dot's not quite so important that it gets lined up right, but the hats are important. We want to keep as many of them as we can. And I'm going to turn these two at just a bit of an angle. And if I could just find my, again, I keep doubling up on these cutting pads, but we just want one at the bottom and one on top. Okay, that looks good to me. Let's run it through. And it's going to create these die cuts, and then we just have to add some adhesive to it. And it is going to be ready to go. Whoops. So that just means my platform is a little bit out of alignment. Not crazy. I've heard it get a lot louder when it goes to that machine, but I've been doing pretty good with that lately. So let's see what we've created. There's the one side. Oh, this is not, I think I did it the wrong way. Darn it. I can't believe I did that. Let's see. Look. Do you notice a problem? They're upside down. And you go, well, flip it over, Ken. No, it's just solid. I blew it. Let's see, try it again. Let's try it again. I'm going to reverse the die. Hopefully this all fits in there. This one is fine. No problems here with this one. But let's try this again. Again, one of those things, I almost said loser's error. I guess it kind of is loser error, right? If I mess up like that and I know I got to pay attention. Loser error, but I was going to say user error. So that is on me. It's not the die. You just have to make sure you line up correctly. All right, let's try one more time. And we should have some success this time. I'm just giving you the basic of the card here. And you can decorate, embellish, add sparklies, your sentiments, and you can make it really cool. So there is the base. Let's go ahead and put our adhesive on there. And has Stephanie come on yet? I'm watching 10:50. You must be getting close. We're almost done with this card. And then we'll do our good news segment. Proverbs 31 will be, this is our last devotional from Proverbs. So we'll finish that up today. And then we'll tune into HSN and see what's going on there. See if she comes on. So we'll line that up. Good. And then we want to go ahead and take this other piece. And this time I cut it correctly. So we don't have upside down hats. And let's layer that. There you go. Boom. So you're going to have a square die. You can decorate this here. Add some color. You could put sentiments on here. We saw some die cuts that were used. Opens up just like that. How easy is that? If you are not used to flip-its, they are so easy. If you are in a situation where you have to crank out a bunch of cards, this is going to really work for you. Flip-its, you can make a bunch of, and you can just keep mixing up the different pattern paper pads, and you get a ton of different looks. You could add some solids in here. Easy, easy, easy. Flip it cards are so easy. I think the easiest card we have. I like fold its. You get that shape, but flip its are, if you want some interest and quick, this works. So there's that. That's from the Stamps of Life. If you have it, it would be in your stash from about, what was it, August of 2022, right? So about 3 years ago. If you're digging through your stash and you're digging down farther and farther, when you get to the August 22 section, that's where you'll find it. If you are new to the Stamps of Life, it's on our website. Just type in Fancy Edge. You're going to find it, and you're going to find the card samples. Stephanie has some videos. She probably decorates it and makes it look way nicer than me. All right. Let's see. Let's go ahead and move on to we're going to do a game. If Stephanie doesn't come on at 11, after our devotional, we're going to do a crossword puzzle together again. Okay? That will be our game, our reward for doing all this, card making and fun facts and all that stuff. If she comes on right at 11, I'm going to end this live stream. So be prepared. So if you have your Bible, you want to open up to Proverbs 31. And we're looking at it again. This is a great chapter. And I think though it mostly speaks about a godly woman, I think there's a lot for us guys to learn too. So we can all learn together. Let me get rid of this real quick here. I'll pop up our verse here. Our main verse is going to be verse 26. But the overall chapter, if you remember a long, long time ago when we started this book, when we started to go through Proverbs, we remember almost at the very beginning, it might have been, we talked about how, my iPad is talking to me. We spoke about, continue. We don't want to do that. We spoke about how important it is to have a fear of the Lord. And fear means, we should be somewhat afraid of God in that he's powerful and mighty and awesome. And we should have a healthy fear. But even more, I think it's more said that we should have a respect and reverence for the Lord. And so that is, I think, the key verse in this chapter is in verse 30, where it says, now this is not the one we're going to study together, but I think the focal point of this chapter is, charm is deceitful and beauty is passing, but a woman who fears the Lord, she shall be praised. So if you want to be praised by God, by people, have a healthy fear of the Lord, a respect, a reverence for him. And that should show in your life, okay? But our verse is going to go back. So that it has all in this whole chapter, almost all this chapter is about this, a woman who loves God. And we have all kinds of great description about her character, the way she treats people, the way she works, her relationships with her family, all great. But we are focusing in on verse 26. So let's do that. I'm going to pop up verse 26 and share it with you. Here we go. So this is our main verse. And it says, she opens her mouth with wisdom, and on her tongue is the law of kindness. So she opens her mouth with wisdom, and her tongue is the law of kindness. That is what we're told here. So again, this is a great chapter of the Bible. You'd want to read it all the way through, but our focus is here. And it's talking about, even in the past, we have spoken about, we want to be careful with our words, right? What comes out of our mouths. Well, this gal, she is, she's noted as one who has wisdom that comes forth from when she speaks. And she also has kindness that comes out of her mouth as she speaks. Important and interesting combination. So when we speak, do words of wisdom come forth out of what we share? Think about that. When we speak, are we speaking forth wisdom as we share with people about perhaps our own life experiences, what God has done in our lives, in our relationship with the Lord? Are we speaking forth wisdom? And, you know, are we imparting that? Are we sharing again what God has done in our life, the things we have learned, and now we're applying to our lives? Are we looking for opportunities to do that? Now, you can do that with a son or a daughter, or with a brother or sister, a family member, maybe grandkids, or a neighbor, maybe somebody at your church, maybe if you're involved at a school or some kind of sports or some kind of extracurricular activity. How can you take the wisdom that God has given to you and apply it and share it? And it says here, she speaks it forth. It says she opens her mouth with wisdom. So not a bunch of weird stuff's coming out of her mouth, not a bunch of things that really don't matter, but she's speaking things that are wisdom and are helpful to others. So we want to do that. We want to speak words that have benefit for others. Now, the key is the second part. She says, let's go back to that. She does it with, how does it say? What is the second part? She says, it says, on her tongue is the law of kindness. Kindness. So I thought that was really interesting, that word, the kindness word. It's important that we be kind and caring towards others. And so this gal, she has the law of kindness. So it does say law. Now in the Bible, it doesn't say that one of the 10 commandments is not like kindness. That's not one of them. But loving your neighbor would certainly fit in that, don't you think? So think of ways that you can share kindness with somebody in your life. And you can do that through your words, the way that you speak, kind of your tone. It can also be kindness through your actions, the way you live, the way you treat other people. So she has this, and it says law of kindness. So it is a general rule. That is it the 10 commandment? No, but this is something that I think would be really smart for all of us, that we are to consider that law, that kindness is just something I'm just decided I'm just going to do it. It's going to be a part of my life. So maybe there's got to be some things I have to change about myself, the way I interact with others, the things I think, the tone, again, the way I share things, the wisdom. But we want everything that is in our life to have kindness behind it. We want to treat people the other way, treat others the way we want to be treated, with love and patience. And we've talked about forgiveness. We want to be generous towards others, helpful towards others. We want to do all of those things. And we want to have this combination. Now, if you can figure out how to have that balance where you can be wise and have good things to share, and you can do it with a kind heart. You know how some of the time when we think we know it all, or I understand this or I know this, and we try to share with others, and we kind of like, maybe we become overbearing, or we go, this is what you should do. I mean, I experienced this before, and you got to do it the way I tell you. You know, we have to strike that balance where we're not too much, but we're sharing wisdom with kindness, like it says here. So if we can strike that balance, or we can share something wise, but do it in kindness with love behind it, and because we care about that other person, we're going to strike the perfect balance. And that's going to be that balance, like that this woman here in chapter 31, that she could be a wife. I believe it calls her sometime wife, a mom, part of the community. We can make a big difference. And if we're getting to where we have that wisdom, kindness put together, and we're going out and serving God, I think we would be right on the perfect path that God would want us to be on. A path that draws us closer to Him, makes us more and more like Jesus, and we would have the characteristics, the traits that could impact the people around us, and could not only change their lives, but could even impact the future. So that is a great attitude to have. We all have a certain amount of wisdom, but how can we share it with kindness? And where it is the law of kindness. It's something we've decided to do, something that we have determined to do. So let's do that together. Go out and share our wisdom, and let's do it in kindness today. And then let's see what God will do. All right, that is a wrap. I think I'm just about on time. And I'm watching HSN here, and I'm seeing if this is Stephanie or not, because we might be wrapping up. I see some cards on here. But thanks for joining me. We'll be back. We should be back on later in this week. I know we'll probably do a club reveal. Crafting Corner, I think, is going to happen this week. Stephanie's been so busy, so I'm not sure. But I hope all you ladies and guys will read through Proverbs 31. There's lots of things that we can apply there to our lives, okay? So that is our devotional for today. Again, next week we'll start into something different, random. We'll figure out what's going on. And then what else? The items we saw, they're on the website. And I hope you'll join me again next week. Now, again, we're looking here to see if Stephanie pops on or if we have a different company. It says Kingston Crafts. So you know what? For right now, we are just going to continue on. I'm going to keep my little monitor going here. But if you want to hang out for a little bit longer, we're going to go ahead and do our crossword puzzle just for fun. Okay. So we kind of did things out of order today to make sure we got the most important things in, but we're going to do a crossword puzzle today. And they call it a mini crossword puzzle, but I've seen some of the questions and they might be kind of challenging. So I need your help. Okay. And of course, we want to kind of get this into a reasonable amount of time, but we'll try our best. So on the chat, I'm going to put the whole crossword up there. If you see an answer for one of them, go ahead and you can write one down and you can do the answer. Or if you know one across and you know the answer, put it in the chat. I will do my best to try to add in all the answers. We'll see if we can do it. I know I can't do it by myself because I've seen some of the answers, okay? So we are hanging in there. Yep, Stephanie's not on right now, so we're just going to let this play, and we're going to do our game. And then when I see her pop on, we will switch this stream off. So let's go ahead and we'll hang out for a little bit longer. I see a few of you are still here, so thanks for hanging out with me. Again, this is just something fun, extra. Some people like the games. Some people go, this doesn't have anything to do with what we're talking about, but I like to do it just so we can have a little bit of fun together. Last week, was it? I think we became millionaires. Didn't we get all the questions right on who wants to be a millionaire last week? So that was awesome. Let's see what we can do on this one. Let me find the page, Mini Crossword, and I'm going to share this page with you so you can see. Again, if you know one of them, tell me the number, and then either if it's across or down, and then type in your answer, and I'll try to add them in. And we're going to see how long this takes us. Okay, we're going to share you want to share a screen, and I can do that, share, and the crossword. There we go. All right, there's our crossword. I think you guys can all see it. And so you see the question number one across a knee protector. So if you know that one, great. So any of them that you know the answer to, go ahead and add it in the chat. I'll try my best to add some of these answers in. Let's see. We got that. Where are we? Okay, so knee protectors. Anybody know what a knee protector has? 4 letters. Or 5 across is knobby. 6 sounds loudly. 6 across. 8, a young swan. Anybody know what a young swan is? Devoutness. 9, is that pious? I'm going to type in this one because I think it might be this. Pious. I'm not sure if that's right, but I'm going to try that one. Do any of you guys have a good answer? Pads. Okay, Barbara says pads on that. Let's see. We will type that in. 1 across, pads. Knobby. Sea anemone. Is that an urchin? No, that can't be that. Repaired as socks. 3 down. Does anybody know that? Repaired as socks? No. 4 down, rains ice. Rains ice. Oh gosh, these are getting hard. Pigs digs, number 7. Oh, this one can't be pious, you guys. I'm wrong. I'm going to delete this one. Because pigs digs is where a pig lives. That has to be mud. 7 down. Mud. Let's try that, mud. Okay, anybody got any of these? Let's see. Pads. Nobody else has added any answers yet. Come on, you guys, you got to help out. You got to help out. got to help me out. So if one down starts with a P, see anemone. No. Slowly to a conductor. Rain's ice. Is that sleet? Is rain's ice sleet? Let's try sleet. Sleet. No, I don't think that's going to be right. Does anybody know what a young swan is? Number 8. Oh, 3D is 3 down is darned. 3 down is darned. 3. Okay, great. Thank you. Somebody knew that one. Awesome. Because I did not know anything about repairing socks. All right, we're at 2 minutes and we have 3 answers. 2 minutes and 3 answers. Darn, yeah, got a couple of them. Can anybody else help me? 5 down. What is 5 down? It's only 3 letters. SNL error. Oh, who? NBC. Okay, I got one there. It's on because that means it's on error. It means it's on NBC. So 5 across, knobby. Does anybody know that one? It starts with an N. Nope. 6 sounds loudly. Starts with a B. Nope. 8 across, young swan. Has anybody heard of that one? Nope. 10 across, lays down the lawn. Hey. 8 is signet. Okay, great. Thank you. What does that mean? Signet. Oh, thank you. You guys are awesome. Sig. No, it can't be signet because I put mud. Well, you guys say it's signet, so I'm going to have to, I must be wrong in this one. I thought a pig's place was mud. Let's see. I'm going to erase that. 8 across. Okay, let's see. Sounds loudly. Anybody 4 down is snow? No, snow won't fit there. Rain's ice. I thought it was sleet, but it doesn't quite fit in there. Sleets? A sea anemone? Well, 9 across, devout. Okay, I'm going to cheat and I'm going to get us a letter. We're going to get this letter and we're going to get some help. Reveal letter. So we're not going to get 100%, but we're going to try. Does this help anybody? 1 down, starts with a P-O for sea anemone, or 5 across, knobby, N-O. Did that help anybody? 10 across is sods. Okay, thank you. Whoosh. I could not think of that. I kept thinking a lawnmower. Got it. Great. Did we get any other ones in there? Did anybody else? 10 across, sods. Sleet for 4 down. There's 1 extra letter. Watch. If I put in sleet. Sleets? I guess with an S. Okay. Getting closer. Does anybody know that 5 across word? We've got 4 out of the 5 letters. Sound knobby. 7D is sty. Oh, thank you. I was never going to get that one either. Thank you. Oh, we're getting close. Did that help anybody? 9 across, devoutness. Piety. I got one. Piety. I got that one. Anybody else know these other ones? Slowly to a conductor, number 2 down. 10 across. 3 down is what? 3 down. We got darn. Adagio. Is that really right? Adagio. 2 down. Adagio. Okay. And our last one sounds loudly. Blares. Ta-da! Woo. Not bad. Not bad, you guys. 97%. We only had one letter to help us. Blair's, that should have been an easy one. We got 97% right. How long did it take us? Our time was 6 minutes. That's just fair. What do you think? We did it. We did it with only one letter of help. That was pretty good, don't you think? That's better than we've done in the past. But you see how it kind of takes a team effort? If I was doing it by myself, I would have never got it. Because the ones you knew, like Adagio and the sock one, I didn't know any of those. I did not know any of them. So thank you for teaming up with me. We did pretty good. That is pretty good. I don't think we've ever got that far before. Like the other times, well, you know what? The times before I didn't use that reveal letter, and kind of just one letter can really help you out some of the time. So again, I want to thank you all for helping me today. So that was fun. Little extra game for us. What else do I want to say before we go? Visit the website. Oh, tonight, I totally forgot this. So I'm glad Stephanie's not on yet. Tonight, let me switch back to me. Let's remove that one. Back to me. Tonight on the Stamps of Life website, we are going to be adding some new items. The official release date is tomorrow. But if you like fall, if you like Halloween stuff, there are going to be a couple items on the Stamps of Life website tonight that you're going to want to check out. But even better than that, you know what? The Birthday Vibes collection. We have some extras. Couldn't make full kits, but we have extras of a bunch of the embellishments and the paper pad, and we are adding them to the website tonight. Those are limited edition items. So maybe if you got the kit and you want some extras of something that was in it, those are going to be on the website starting tonight. Some of those might sell out tonight, so you're going to want to check that out tonight on the website. There will be new items. So that will be a release. The dies, if you've been waiting to get the dies for the In My Book, that will be available tonight on the website. So check it out. Visit the Stamps of Life website. That'll be about 5 o'clock tonight. That will just be, there will not be a live reveal or live release or any of that. It will be on the website right about 5 o'clock. So make sure you check it out. There'll be some fun stuff. So if you want to do some shopping tonight, maybe you found some things from Stephanie on HSN this afternoon, but you'll want to visit us a little bit later. So I'm glad I remembered that. I totally forgot because, again, a lot of those items are limited edition, and I don't want you to miss out on them if you want any extras from the Birthday Vibes. So check that out on the website. That will be coming later today. We will be live streaming, I'm sure, sometime later this week. I don't know the schedule again because Stephanie is traveling, but stay tuned and we will let you know. What else? I told you about the clubs. I think that's it. I'm not going to just keep rambling here. Check out Stephanie. Go to HSN right now. I think there's some Kingston Crafts items right now, but Stephanie will be coming on this hour on HSN. I am going to get back to work around here. We did speed things up a little bit, but we had a fun episode. If you joined in late, go ahead and jump in on the, this is recorded. You'll be able to watch it again later, right when this stream ends. It should show up on YouTube and Facebook. You can go back and watch it from the beginning. We went over some kind of Thanksgiving fall themed items, and we made a nice card with the fancy edge. Flip it. Super, super easy. All right. I've got computer work to do. I got shipping to do. What else? I know that. Oh, I got to clean this place up because we have our store day coming up we're having a store day on Monday. There's that one coming up in October, but that Stephanie will be at that one. But the one on Monday, coming this Monday, I will be opening the store. Will be open from 9 a.m. until 2 p.m. right here in Laguna Hills. Okay, the store will be open. I think I've got just about everything stocked. I have to go put up some of the card ideas, clean it up a little bit. So that's also on my list to do. That's it. Let's see. I'm going to tell you guys, I got to thank everybody. Barbara, thanks for your help today. Dawn, Yellow Roses, great. You helped me out. Who else helped out on our crossword? Karen was there. Great. You guys are my helpers. Yeah. So team effort. We did it. All right. God bless you all. And remember that Jesus loves you. Of all the things I could tell you today, that is the most important thing I want you to know. That God is for you. He wants to bless you. That he loves you. He wants to do great things in your life. It's up to us just to get in tune with him and draw closer to him. And he will use us and work through us and change us and bless us and help us and be there for us. He'll be our strength. Maybe when we feel weak or we can't go on, he will be there for us. So I want you guys all to know that and remember that. That is most important. Okay. God bless you all. I will see you next week for Take Two Tuesday. I think we will be up to number 84 next week. Have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.